Hi guys, welcome back. We're going to be learning a little bit more about the distributive property, and I'm glad you're here. Let's look on the right hand side of the paper. You'll notice we have a vocabulary bank again. We have the terms of the words product, terms, variables, correct coefficient. What's this one? Binomial. Binomial means two parts, two terms. And an expression is anything mathematical that's not an equation. Okay? Let's start off. Let's look at number one. You'll notice that in these examples, we start off with 1/2, 1/3, 2/3 in number 3, 3/2 in number 4. These are fractions. These factors are fractions. If you viewed the other video on the distributive property, we looked at multiplying by with whole numbers. Today, you are lucky because you're going to learn how to solve a distributive property with fractions. Let's start off. What does it mean exactly, boys and girls, to have that 1/2 in front? It means I'm going to take 1/2 of everything that's inside. But mathematically, we say, Mr. Fuentes, I'm still not sure. Let's pay attention to what that 1/2 means. I'm going to divide into two equal pieces, and I want one of them. Again, I'm going to divide everything inside into two equal portions, and I take one. Now you're saying, well, Mr. Fuentes, I'm still not sure. Let me draw two parts, two equal parts over here. I'm going to take everything that's inside here, and I'm going to fill these bars with the information that's inside. How many W's? 2. So I'm going to split 2W into two parts. So I'm going to have a W here. Where's the other W? Absolutely, in the second bar. 2 W's, two parts. See that 10? I'm going to split the 10 into two equal parts. How much in each? Half of 10 here, half of 10 here. Correct, 5. Why is it a positive 5, you guys? What's half of a positive 10? Okay, so did I take everything inside and did I split it into two pieces or two portions, two sections? Absolutely. The numerator tells me I'm only going to want one of them as my answer. What's one of them? That's it. The answer to number 1 is 1W plus 5. And if you say, Mr. Fuentes, well, mathematically, how do I solve it? I don't want to draw pictures. Well, let's look over here. What's 1 times 2? 2 goes into 2 how many times? 1W. What's 1 times 10? 10. And then what's half of 10? 5. Same answer? Absolutely. Okay? Let's look at number 2. Everything that's inside the parentheses, what do you see? 15 times P, or 15P, minus 12. And what's going to happen to it? I'm going to take everything that's inside and I'm going to divide it into 3 equal pieces. Then I take 1. So let me draw my 3 bars, or my 3 pieces, my 3 sections. And they're identical, they're equal, they're equivalent. In these bars, I want to fill in the 15P's. 15P divided equally into 3 bars gives me how many in each one? How many P's? You're right, 5. $15 divided by 3 is 5. 5 in each one. 5 and 5 and 5. If you group them together, gives you your 15. What number? 12. But what kind of 12 is it? Negative 12. I want to take that negative 12 and I want to spread it out and divide it evenly into 3 pieces. What is 12? What is 3 into 12? Or 12 divided by 3? Absolutely. But what kind of 12 is it? Negative. Negative 4, negative 4, negative 4. If I were to ask you to combine these, will you again get a negative 12? Absolutely. Minus 4, minus 4, minus 4. And remember from class, we talked about negative numbers and how negative numbers were boys. When I see this, I see 4 boys, 4 more boys, again, another group of 4. 4 boys 3 times is 12, negative 12. Now to finish off the problem, how many of these am I going to select? Well, look over here. The numerator says 1, so I'm going to take one of them. My answer for this problem is 5p minus 4. What do you think? Super doable. Super doable. Let's focus now, with your permission, boys and girls, on number 3. What do you see inside the parentheses? The grouping symbols we have 18r plus 9. What's going to happen? In your words, can you tell me how the 2/3 is going to affect what's inside? Correct. That 3 is going to take everything that's inside, and I want 3 equal sections. So how many bars am I drawing on the right hand side? Correct, 3. The bars are equal. The bars are identical. You ready? And inside, I'm going to spread out this information evenly into thirds. 18 spread out into 3 pieces, 3 sections, gives me 18 divided by 3 is 6, 6, and 6. The 9, positive 9, divided into 3, or 3 parts, gives me 3, 3, and 3. But what kind of 3? Positive or negative? And how do you know? Correct. Positive 9, positive 3, positive 3, positive 3. Are we done? Well, we're 99% done. How many of these do I want? The numerator says I want how many? 2. So I need to take these 2, or any of these 2. If I take these 2 as my answer, what do we have? Look inside. How many R's? Total of 12. Look inside. How many 3's? For a total of, you're right, 6. This is our answer. Now you're saying, well, mathematically show me, Mr. Fuentes, prove it to me. Well, at the beginning of the year when I started working with you, I showed you a PowerPoint on how to multiply whole numbers with fractions. That's exactly what we're going to do. Multiply on the top, divide by the bottom. Or, divide first, then multiply. 3 goes into 18 how many times? 6. 6 times 2, 12. 3 goes into 18 6 times. 6 times 2, 12. 3 divides 9 how many times? 3. 3 times 2 gives you your 6. It works, boys and girls. Okay, but are you ready for a nice little treat of surprise? I love number 4.